Okay. Hopefully this will work. Can I make this go up higher? Oh, wow. Hello. I am doing a test run of my coloring book. So I don't know how interesting this will be. Okay. So I have to figure out which one of these we want to do. We have What Get an Ears. Hello, everybody. We have Waffles, Totoro-ish, and Emoji Angel. They'll give you guys only 4 options, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Choose 1, 2, 3, or 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4? This one? Okay. So next question. Do we want to do it as mochi, waffles, or nugget for a test? Waffles' colors are purple, mochi's are pink, nugget is blue and white. 3 nuggets. Nugget. A lot of nugget. Okay, so we are going to do this. We'll do this one as a nugget. This one was actually originally made as a mochi, so doing it as a different character is kind of a fun. My fancy colored pencil here. Okay, I need a nice, I usually use like a light blue for nugget. I don't know how good this angle is going to be, guys. I've never done this before, so. And also, for anyone who is not aware, my version of coloring most of the time is like an outline version of coloring. I did this, I learned this when I was in 6th grade, a very long time ago. There was a girl in my class, and she had a mermaid coloring book. And she said, not she said, but she would outline it in a color and then color it in that color lighter. And I just ended up really, really liking how that looked. And ever since then, like, I've never been someone who was good at shading, and I was never interested in like learning the finer arts of shading and lighting. I like stylized, and this method of coloring has made me very happy. So is this working out well? I'm sorry if this is boring, guys. I cannot read my phone much while I'm doing this, but I will peek back in a little bit. Okay. Nugget, by the way, I had to give Secret Voopies to apologize for moving her stuff. I think I'm off the hook finally, though. I feel like that should continue a little bit more. And these are like really nice colored pencils, but where did you get this pencil? So there was a sale on these colored pencils on Black Friday, and it was one of the things that I wanted to splurge on for myself because I've been doing more ferret art, and I'm like, well, if I continue this in the future, I would like to have like a nice set. And so these are a set of Prismacolor pencils, and it did cost $100, but this was like my Christmas gift for the most part, and it's originally like over $200 set, so I was very happy with it for like half price. I think I chose a blue that was too dark, but we can always erase it and see if that helps the situation. I think I pressed too hard. I don't know if anyone else presses super hard when they're using coloring pencils, but I press very hard. I don't know why. Okay. Should we... Usually I keep Nugget's colors like lightish. Let's see if we can erase this and make it a little bit lighter, because that's very dark for Nugget. Do I have a eraser? Hello. Okay, plan ahead. Okay, I don't know how this is going to erase, so wish me luck here. Oh yeah, that works. You just have to erase carefully. If you're wondering, I also have Ni no Kuni music on in the background because I think it was a wonderful game. And I had no idea what other kind of music to put on, because I need some kind of sound. Especially since all of the ferrets right now are asleep, and Mike is doing D&D, and I wanted to do something. And I was like, you know what, this might be a good time to do a test run. You know, there's something to be said about, you know, outlining something in a darker color and then, like, erasing it. Like, the look is different. And I'm kind of here for it. I don't know if you guys are wiggling, but I don't have a choice. I'm peeking over a little bit. A question, how do you tell the difference between Nugget and Mochi? So Nugget is a little bit smaller. She's a little bit skinnier. Her tail is longer. She currently has seasonal alopecia, which means that she has like seasonal tail hair loss, which is a thing. Mochi had it actually in the beginning of spring. This music is getting to me though. Oof. Here, Chrono Cross. Mochi has more gray, especially on her tail. Nugget has more lighter colors. And in the face, Mochi's a Wardenburg ferret, which means that her skull structure is broader. Okay, I'm going to do the wings a little bit different than that. How about this? Love you, Tone. Thank you. The babies are super cute. I'm actually really happy because no one has... Let's see, this color would have been better, by the way. We're just going to go over it a little bit. It's still a little dark, but this is more of the... like a medium-ish smoky blue is what I like to use for Nugget. Sometimes. No one said anything about her seasonal alopecia right now. Last year, so ferrets can get something called adrenal disease. And it is something to be taken very seriously. And if you have a ferret who is... I did put this on our Etsy, by the way, as like a pre-order because I'm perfecting it this week, but it should be up officially, the coloring book. I mean, it's up, but like with better pictures. So adrenal disease, from what I understand, is a form of cancer, and it causes hair loss. So if you have a ferret that has hair loss, from what I understand and people have said to me, the first thing is to wait and see if it changes as the seasons change, which is what happened with Nugget last year, and it happened with Mochi this year. It happened with Ouija last year. So a couple of mine get seasonal alopecia. So sometimes people are like, oh, what happened to her tail? Oh, we should get her checked out. And they're trying to help. Like, I don't have a problem with that. It's just, I'm like, it's just seasonal alopecia. It's just seasonal alopecia. The video of Noctis and the Macaroni, just so everybody knows, he actually does have adrenal disease. And that was back when he had a tail. And to be fair, he did have adrenal. He did get an implant, but sometimes they don't actually get their fur back. So I'm trying to give her cheekies. Much better at that on digital, but you know, you can't fix it. Okay. How do I feel about blue wings to match the Nugget? I usually give her blue wings. Julie, a suggestion. You're right-handed, keep the camera on your left. No. Will this help you guys? Sorry, I have you guys plugged in because I am notoriously bad. Help! I did not plan this well. There. Is that better? Is everybody happy now? Does this work good? Thank you. I've never done one of these type of things before. All right, I think I'm gonna use this blue. I did like this, and I can always layer a blue on top of it. So, and the wings are allowed to be a bit darker. If anybody did not know, I have ADHD, which is why when I start a sentence and I get interrupted, I don't ever finish that sentence sometimes because I have no idea what I was talking about once the train of thought has left me.
No, it's like those Renaissance paintings that show.
I think I saw Lily in there. I think we're gonna add like a little teal to this too on the wingies. Sorry, it's okay. There's no late on these. I want to add. Hello, that's my arm. Hi, Lily.
Yep, go for
it. I feel a little bit bad. I made you guys mods and then chaos has ensued. I think it's dying down now though, a little bit. Okay, so we're just gonna add a little bit of color here. Okay, I have one of those smudgy sticks. Where's my smudgy stick? Is this my smudgy stick? Hold on, it's not like the super fanciest thing. It's like colorless blender, aka you press really hard and it makes it look cooler. And I'll do one wing and then I'll do the other one and then I'll show you the difference between a color blender and a not color blender because I think it looks really cool. So especially when I do a waffles and a mochi or like a Valkyrie nugget, because I do have a Valkyrie nugget that I made. Okay, so before I show you the blended versus not, let me do the other wing. What is this music? Hello? Oh, Xenoblade! Oh, please go Xenoblade. I like Xenoblade too. So like I said, I did put this into the Etsy store for a pre-order, just in case. I don't know how well it'll be received. I have this and I have some new stuff coming at the end of the week, and that's when I'll like officially announce it so you guys get like sneak preview over here. I am glancing up a little bit here. You stuff with Ferret. Aw, Rocket, that's a good name. I'm trying to read out loud the ones I see so that way no one feels like I'm ignoring you. I'm just not looking up because I don't... I was going to say, I don't know if you guys have ever colored. Obviously, you probably have at some point in your life. I also tend to ramble and talk to myself a lot. All my ferrets are sleeping. And Mike is doing D&D, so I'm just over here having a conversation with you guys. Where's Nugget? Nugget is in the Mochi Mansion. Probably. If I had to guess where she's sleeping, my guess would be she's in the Mochi Mansion. I would assume that Waffles and Mochi are sleeping with her. Gooth is under my legs right now. He's sleeping right under where I'm sitting. Actually, where was that other blue? I want to add a little... Hello, this is my arm. A little... Right there. Okay, so this is the fun part with the blender. Look at this wing. It looks much cooler in person. Oh, hello, blurry. The blender just adds like a nice ADHD, so you understand. Okay, it's a macaroni halo, so we have to do a macaroni for the halo. Oh, we all want to see Nugget. I want Nugget to play with me, but she was not in the mood today. She was still mad after yesterday, and it was rainy today. So none of the ferrets really wanted to do much of anything. And I was like, but guys, Mom loves you. And they're like, that's great, Mom. We love you too. But it's rainy out. I was like, that's true. Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum. Bow do 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 do. I've heard that ferrets. So I've seen other people's ferrets smell different than my ferrets, which is interesting. Um, I think the diet does play a big factor into what a ferret smells like. Taking care of them, of course, too. But the people whose ferrets I've met, obviously, they take care of them. I wouldn't probably associate with them if I didn't think that they did. But the smells are different based on like diet and stuff, which is interesting. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, should we do one more since I have time? Like I said, Nuggets coloring is very outlined, but that's how that one came out. We like it? A nugget with... Oh, I didn't blend that other wing. That's going to drive me nuts. To blend that other wing real quick. Bow, bow, ba-dow, bow, bow. I don't know if this is an ADHD thing, but I've noticed I color better to like faster music like this than to like something soothing. Okay, so this is how the nugget came out. Macaroni angel nugget. So we can do one more. We have the Totoro ferret. We have the Wucket. We have Iris. Or, oh, you know, let's try one of the other pages. Hold on. Let's broaden our horizons here. How do you guys feel about doing this? This one I've never colored before. It's a generic ferret shape, so we can make this into anybody we want. We can do Ouija, we can do Gooseberry, we can do Nugget, Waffles, Mochi. Who do you guys want to do this one as? We like this one? Do you want Waffles, who's purple, Mochi, who's pink? We just did a Nugget, so maybe not Nugget. Ouija is grays. Noctis is brown or reds, which is goose. Noctis is gooch, by the way. Let's see, Waffles and a Mochi. 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 Oh, this one's hard. This is like a... Okay, we're... Oh, this is... You guys are not making this easy. This is pretty much down the road. Whenever it's... We'll do this one as Mochi. Because technically, eventually, this space one right here, that's Waffles. That's Waffles. So, half Mochi, half... Ooh, we could technically do Mochi's pattern with a Waffles coloring. Do you want... We can make like a whole new color thing here. This is coloring. We can do whatever we want. Do you want to do a purple Mochi, which has never been done before? That could be fun. Like, I know Mochi's pattern, obviously. I draw them all the time. Yes? We like this idea? Okay. We're gonna... I've never tried this. This is exciting in, like, a weird way. I'm sorry that there's lines and stuff. Okay. I have to focus for at least the beginning part of this. You know, it's fun. I always do Mochi in a pink, and she has, like, lavender accents. By the way, I have, like, Waffles art over here. If you look, you can see... Okay, so give me a sec because I have to focus on drawing the outline of his pattern, or her pattern. Okay. She has a crescent moon marking on her head. Okay. So that's a crescent moon marking on her head. And then... Oh man, I haven't hand colored in a very long time. We're using this to start. We can always go to a different shade of purple after. But this is a good light color. Okay. That's realistically... And then there's a little bit of a... She has a white belly. And she used to have more of like a jacket. And I keep most of her pattern as she looked when she was a baby. Even though she's turning white. But if I didn't change it, they would both look the same. Her and Nugget. Okay. So that's the outline. How do I feel about this purple? Is this a good purple? Like, it's not too dark. It's like a nice... What is this color? Violet. We like a violet? Yes. Yes. Okay. So, for anybody who did not know, okay, I need something to ramble about while I'm coloring here. So, pick a topic you want me to discuss. Pick a topic. I was going to just randomly, and then I forgot what I was going to say. So, you guys can pick a random topic, and I will probably just talk at you for about 4 minutes before I look up. Did somebody say no? No! Nugget. I could tell you Fuffy Ferret lore. We have lore, by the way. My ferrets have their own lore. I can tell you Tara's background story. Tara's got the biggest lore. Craziest ferret. They're always climbing everything. I don't know what that says. I'm sorry, person who spoke in another language. Facts about Nugget. Let's do facts about nuggets real quick, because this is kind of fun. So Nugget, for anybody who did not know, I'm just gonna go over random facts with my ferrets. Nugget is named after the sound macaroni with the chicken strips. That is correct. My ferret is named after a TikTok sound. At the time, my friend and I thought that sound was so funny, and whenever something would like happen, we'd be like, "Ugh, chicken strips." Like instead of like, "Oh, I can't believe it," or "Oh my god," we'd just be like, "Chicken strips." And we were doing that a lot. And she ended up getting Nugget, and she was like, what am I gonna name this little ferret? Now, Nugget is actually, she looked like a tiny little baby rat, like a mouse. She was super cute. She was so tiny. So, we're like, oh, you can't name her chicken strip. She's so little. Like, Nugget was a very little girl. So, I was like, what about a Nugget? And so, Nugget became Nugget because she was too small to be a chicken strip. And Nugget ended up becoming my ferret because sometimes you don't choose the ferret, okay? And there were some situations that had happened that required detail and someone else is involved, so I don't want to like infringe on their privacy or anything, but long story short was Nugget had bonded to me. And right off the bat, Nugget loved me, and our energies matched really good. And she was also deaf, so she would scream a lot, so I'm sure that did not help, because the other household had a couple of ferrets, and she would scream a lot. So, in the long run, I ended up actually, my friend is like, hey, how would you feel about taking Nugget to be your ferret? She will be your baby. She really likes you, and she just has not bonded with anyone else in this household at all. So, Nugget was meant to be my baby. She was basically, I adopted her because we meshed that well. And she has always been my second soul baby after Gooth Bear.
Yeah.
I know that's a little bit odd and it's very vague, but like I said, I don't want to like infringe on someone else's privacy or stuff. So that's how Nugget became my baby. She was not always, she was going to be someone else's baby, but she chose me, and it is one of the best decisions that has ever happened. I guess not a decision, best things. I'm getting teary-eyed. I'm not even going to lie. My eyeballs are watering, okay? Mochi, my friend sent me a picture of. And she's like, look at this ferret. This looks like baby Nugget. And I saw it and I was like, oh my god, that does look like Baby Nugget. And I fell instantly in love. I don't know why. I feel like Waffles would be... Waffles is fun. Nugget is... Nugget is... Okay, here's your rundown for what ferret will match your personality. Ready? If you want a mostly snuggly ferret, you're gonna want Goose. Goose is at the age where he will snuggle you. Aw, thank you so much, Norman. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Goose is a snuggler, especially as he's gotten older. He does like to still play tickle butt sometimes, but he is a snuggle bug. So if you want a ferret to snuggle, Noctis. If you want crazy energy, like fun, stashing, chase the cat off the walls, that's Nugget. That's Nugget energy. Okay? So if you want like crazy fun time, that's Nugget. If you want crazy pants energy, and I am talking all over the place, not Nugget energy, just random, like static. If you want static electricity as an energy format, you want Ouija. Goose is right under my leg. He had an implant today, so he's very tired. So I would normally like pick him up and show you guys, but he had like anesthesia for that, so I'm not bothering him. Static energy, electricity is Ouija. Ouija's energy knows no bounds. Okay, this boy, he goes from 0 to 100, and he does not calm down for a while. And he will Geiger counter, we call it, where he just walks around sometimes and he's just duking to him, like, and you don't know what he's doing or why, okay? So Nugget is energy with a purpose, like chaotic, purposeful. Like, her goal is to have fun. Ouija's energy, no idea. Oh, adrenal. That's like a cancer. A lot of the older ferrets have it or will get it. It's like almost inevitable at this point, especially in the United States. So Ouija is just static. Nugget is chaos. Now, if you want a very anxious ferret who does like to play, but might stop playing in the middle because his anxiety has kicked up and he's not sure what to do or what he wants to do, and he's nervous because he wants to play with the other ferrets, but they're tired and he doesn't know what to do, and he would like secret boopies, but also what if it's secret poison? That's Waffles. He's a little needy. You have to be attentive. Sometimes you do have to talk him down and tell him everything's okay and he's a good boy and everything's great and he doesn't have to worry and he's such a cutie pie, okay? Like, you have to reassure him. Now, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing, Mochi has a darker tail, and she used to have like darker front legs. She kind of still does, and back legs as well. So we're gonna add a little bit of depth. Can we say depth? Sometimes I give Mochi white peats, by the way. Sometimes I don't. This time I decided not to. Now, if you want a ferret who's a little confused, who not good eyesight, she's very good hunter when it's sound based, but overall she's a little confused of what's happening. Okay. That's Mochi. Mochi's doing her best, but she's a little confused. She is a wartie, and it's very hard to explain warties to non-ferret owners, which is, in one video I had said it is... Now, there's human Wardenburg. This has nothing to do with that, with what I'm going to say, okay? This has to do with Mochi. And people can have a different opinion, okay? Completely, 100%. But Ferret Wardenburg, I've asked, when I first got her, I asked a lot of ferret owners, and I said, hey, what is the easiest way for me to describe Mochi's situation to people? Like, non-ferret owners specifically. And I had mostly people saying, you know, the easiest way you could relate it would be like on the spectrum, like on an autism spectrum. And I'm not saying that in any disrespectful way. I'm saying that with the utmost respect. And again, I'm talking about ferrets Mochi, specifically Wardenberg. Mochi is not very sure of what's happening sometimes. She doesn't know how to ferret. She's a little confused on why the ferrets are doing certain things and if she's supposed to do that. And again, anybody who disagrees, you are welcome to state your opinions. Because again, I'm not a professional, okay, guys? I am not a ferret professional. I am just someone who really loves her ferrets a lot. I could donate. I would. Oh, thank you. Oh, there was another donate somewhere. I got the $3. I don't know who. I'm so sorry if I missed that. So, and I've had people be like, "Oh, that has nothing to do with Wardenberg, what you've described," and I'm like, but it's the easiest way for me to explain Mochi. Mochi was very scared because she didn't know how to ferret. She can't see. Also, Wardenberg ferrets are prone to a lot of different types of problems in their life. And most of the time they are deaf. She is not. She can hear, she has a little bit of trouble with deeper sounds, but she can hear high-pitched noises very well. She cannot see, really. She sees shadows from how it was explained to me. Originally, they thought she was completely blind, but obviously she can see to an extent. We believe she sees the world in like a shadow world, which is partially also why I say that Mochi is a necromancer. Because sometimes she just runs around playing, and I swear she's playing with some ghosts. So, Tara is an addict. She loves Kongs. She is also second in command. In my household, the hierarchy is Goose is supreme, okay? I know you might think it's Nugget. Nugget actually does not win every fight. She is chaos energy, and she is a spicy Nugget, but Goose will win against anybody in the house except possibly Ouija, but we don't talk about that because Goose gets very upset when Ouija wins. He actually gets very, very upset, and then Ouija has to, like, basically bow down so that Goose isn't sad. I need a pencil sharpener, and I don't have one. Okay, what is this? What is this? Oh, that's just white charcoal. I have white charcoal? Okay. I don't have any way to sharpen this. And I've run down to the nub, so I can't blend very well. I'm so sad. Hello, my name is Julie, and I do not have a pencil sharpener. Okay. I would watch your videos all day. Thank you. Let's give Mochi some little cheekies. Some little cute cheekies. How do we like her so far? We can give, a little bit of like shading. Should we give a little shading to this area in here? We'll do a little outline. Just a little bit. I am not a master colorer, as you can tell. My idea of good coloring is outlining. Oh yeah. I watch every video. Oh, thank you. Goose is having a snack now behind me. For anybody who wants to know. Goose. Can you see? I don't know. That's Goose. He's having a snack. Like I said, he had a rough day. We're not going to bother him. Okay. We need to give blushy cheekies. Okay. What color should be the hands that hold the mochi? Do salmon cheekies? Nugget is leaving in the other room. Maybe I'll just leave them blank for now. Goose. Goose has had freedom all day because he had his implant. He was tired. I didn't have the heart to bother him. Sorry about that. Ooh, how does this color? I need like a spare piece of paper just to see how colors look. Ooh, ooh. This would have been a nice for like the. I'm gonna do this for like around the white area. I'm really sad that I can't blend this anymore. Okay, it's not good, it's not bad. This is my lavender mochi. Guys. Had to be removed because of growth. Yep, it did. So this is our lavender mochi. Is there any lore about Goose's tail? Goose's tail ended up going to surgery and needed to get some plastic surgery done. But after it was done, the tail ended up moving to Disneyland and became a Disney princess. What was that? Come on, ferret noise. Raffles? What are you doing? Did you knock over the garbage, buddy? Hey. Hey, it's almost bedtime. Why don't you come here?
So you guys can, whoever wants to.
Very nice. Come here, Nuggies.
They will sell for 70.
So Goose's tail moved to Disney to become a Disney princess. And McStubbins moved in. And if you're wondering what living with ferrets is like, it's when you hear a noise, you get up to find somebody causing trouble.
What? No. No. I do not cause trouble. I'm just a little werewolf. Sup. Sup. Here. Let's go play with Goose.
So, yeah, living with ferrets means hearing a sound and then having to run away. Yeah, I actually have the coloring books up as a pre-order. I tried to leave them as open concept as I could, because that way people can make any of the designs into any ferrets. So, like, even though you guys know that this is Mochi's pattern, you could technically color it as you want. The only one that I did something specific to was the Ouija. I gave him his black nose. That's my Valkyrie nugget. My Vizard. This see? But without this, you can make that into Nugget. You can make it into Mochi. Yes, it has fangs, but you could still technically do it. So, yeah. Okay. So that was fun. I don't know if that's Goose or...
Hey, Nuggy, come here.
I don't want to roll over you.
Hi. Hi.
Ah, look at Lily knowing her stuff. That is correct. Waffles was gotten for Nugget to have company. Hi, are you under there with Goose? Yeah, Goose is under there.
Bella? What are you doing? Are you looking for waffles? Bella!
Are you being cute? Music Queen, thank you. You answer a lot of questions too, I've noticed. Yeah, I know, Nugget. He peed right by your bed. Hold on. I just cleaned this. Okay, it's not close enough that it'll bother you guys. You know who pees that is. I know. You want snackies. Tonight was Secret Poison, hardcore. What were Waffles and Nugget doing? Okay, so when I cleaned up earlier, I was cleaning the floor in here like very well, and I made a bag, like, you know, when you go to the supermarket, one of those shopping bags of garbage, and I hung it on the door, on the front door. The problem with that is Waffles climbed over
and wanted to go inside the garbage. It was a cave of wonders.
No, it was garbage.
No, it's cave of wonders for waffles.
And so he wanted to go into it, and while trying to get into it, he knocked it over. Nobody has energy level for the macaroni right now. Even if I put them in, they would just look at me sadly. Like, I will show you. It's not going to do anything. If you put a waffles in there, right, and you can't push him in because he has anxiety. Oh, are you actually going to play? Look, you shove your face in. You just showed me that I was wrong.
Waffles, dig? You want to dig with mother? Yes, no? We can dig together. Nice! We dig together! Wow! Go, we dig! No? Maybe? Wow! Dig! No. I do not want to dig. What did you do?
I can tell you right now why I named him Waffles. Waffles is a vampire, thus he is Waffles. What goes with Nugget? Nugget is a chicken. What goes with chicken? Waffles. But if he's a vampire, he can't just be Waffles. Obviously, he has to be a Waffles. Hi, Goofy. See, look, Goofy the little knocked out still. Come here, Goofy. Oh, look at his little face. That's a rough day. Oh, smushy boy. Smushy boy. So when they give them the implant, they put like a little dollop of like glue. And they got a piece over here, which is not where his implant is. His implant is somewhere up on his neck. But he has a little piece of glue that got stuck down there. It's like instead of a Band-Aid, they put a little piece of glue. Medical glue. Please do not put glue on animals. Obviously, this is professional. I don't know. I think you have to meet them. Waffles did not have the name Waffles until we met him. Had to meet him. And then look at this face. This is obviously a vampire. Look at those little fangs and the little face. Here's a widow's peak. That is why he's vampire. The people are like, why is he Russian? Why is he whatever? He's not. It's a lot of V's in front of words.
Nella, what are you doing?
Is that Persona music? Oh, it is. Persona. Camilla is named after Fire Emblem. That is what she is named after. Do you have to find... Yes, I do have an exotic that ferrets are exotic animals. Did any of them have different names when they got them? Yes, Celis and Terra and Mochi. Terra's original name... Oh, Terra's original name was Robbie Roo. That's a horrible name. Celis's name was Pepsi. And then Mochi's original name was Lily.
Yeah, right. No, it's also like
Yucky.
very colorful stuff.
Ethan, I will. So Noctis, Goose. For anybody who doesn't know, Goose is Noctis. Noctis is Goose. That is the same ferret. Goose in the macaroni's real name is Noctis. Okay? So Noctis used to be my go-to outing ferret. I like to take Nugget out now, but our current car has really bad air conditioning, and I cannot take her shopping because it's too warm, and she's mad because she likes to go to stores. Hi, cutie. So... when I would take Goose outside, hi, I know you want attention, bud. Anytime he heard a bird, he would stop. Oh, he crawled up to get hugs. Don't lick her ear, though, buddy. You guys are freaking cute. What is this? I did not do this. He came up like this. He would stop and he would look, and he would be worried about the birds, and you could see his face. And I was like, Goose, are you okay? And he's like, I'm fine. I'm definitely a goose. I'm a goose. It's fine. I'm not afraid of the birds. I am a bird. I'm like, you're not a bird. And he's like, I'm a goose. Quick. And he looks like a little bear. So he became Goose Bear because there are such things in like D&D as an owl bear. So I figured, why can't there be a Goose Bear? Okay, so for the macaroni, it depends on the ferret. If you watch the videos, you'll notice that I do not push Waffles into the macaroni. I've tried to see if he'll get riled up. He gets upset. So he does not go in the macaroni. Mochi has to be in the mood. Nugget has to be in the mood, or she gives me a dirty look. Mochi has to be in the mood, or she gets upset. Um, Regis has to be in the mood, or he'll just ignore you. Goose no longer likes it because he doesn't have a tail. Tara will play in it on her own terms, and Celis is a little old lady who will also play on it in her own terms. So they like it, but on each one has a different opinion. Like Nugget and Regis really like being smushed in it when they're riled up. Mochi does to some extent when she's riled up. I have never seen him like it, but he loves the popcorn, the packing popcorn. So does Noctis, Tara, and Celis. So anybody who doesn't seem to do good with the macaroni likes the popcorn. Technically, you've seen like my house. If you watch my videos, you pretty much have seen my house. It is a very small house. Very, very small house. Look at Nugget Beats. This is how they laid down. I did not do this. Little cutie pies. He loves her, by the way, so much.
Yeah.
Like, Waffles loves Nugget so much. He has always loved Nugget. He bonded her automatically. Tara is one of our other Ferrers. Now, Tara's background, Tara has the best lore story. Tara used to be a gang leader. She ran the streets with an iron paw. She was known on the streets as Tara Tiny Toes, or just Tiny Toes for short. And she was top tier. She would always win everything. Over time, she decided to change her ways, and she retired from being a gang leader, and she became known as Little Boop. Now, Little Boop opened up a boutique where she did eyebrow threading and would do hairstyles. Over time, she branched out and became a boop barista, which means she would also serve coffee. She hired on Waffles and taught him how to wash hair. So he had a part-time job for a while at the boutique. By the way, all of this is based in truth because Tara is from like an unknown background. She wins every fight. She likes to lick human eyebrows and wash my face. She thinks I am gross, apparently. Micah, whenever he makes coffee, she loves to be held by him, so he would hold her a lot of times while he made coffee, thus how she became a boop barista. He started calling her Little Boop because she would come over, and when he didn't give her a Kong, he would just poke her his little finger, and she would touch it with her nose. Okay? The reason Waffles worked at the boutique is because Waffles, for some reason, started liking to lick hair. He will do this once in a while. We have to stop him. But he likes to try to lick people's hairline. I don't know why. So he learned that from Tara from the boutique. Now, Tara is getting older in age, and she ran such an eventful life, and she made so much money off of her boutique that she has decided to take the rest of her life easy. And she has become Lady Boopington. And she loves to go to the promenade. But she does have a dark secret, and that dark secret is her Kong addiction. It's back from her days on the street when she was in her gang. She still has an addiction for Kongs, and she does deal them under the bed. I have seen her place them in strategic locations. Welcome to my ferret lore. It's like my wizard vampire over here.
With little doofs.
Yeah, Nugget just got a shopping addiction. That's her lore. She just wants bed after bed. She goes into space. She became Space Captain Nugget.
Yeah.
A lot going on. Nugget has a lot of excitement. He's always sleeping on top of her, curled around her. So, unfortunately, in the United States, ferrets are usually bred and shared by Marshall's farm. And what that means is that they take these babies away when they're very young. It doesn't matter if you get them from a rescue later on. If they're in their US, they're probably from Marshall's farm. And the way that Waffles coped with that was when we got him, he was a very anxious boy. The only thing that made him calm down, we put Nugget with him. They took to each other immediately, and he would keep trying to suck on her ears. And he still does that to this day every once in a while, and I have to stop him because it's not very good for Nugget's ears. But I caught him trying to do it the other day when he was specifically getting a little bit like antsy and anxious. He would go over and try to get to her little ear. And Mochi was over with Newly One's family for a while, but unfortunately none of them got along with her. So I traveled 10 hours to see if Waffles and Nugget would get along because I put in to adopt her. I told them I could handle special needs. They said that she was blind and deaf, and I'm like, that's okay. I have an anxiety ferret. Because they asked me, they said, how can you handle a special needs ferret? I'm like, I have one anxiety ferret. I have one deaf ferret. I have a ferret with one brain cell. I did not tell them that. Ouija does have one brain cell, though. And Knox just had his tail at that point. And I'm like, between those two, I think I'll be okay. I'll just have to pay a lot of attention, make sure where she goes. But that's how we learned that she can kind of see shadows. And when I brought them there, she was so interested in Nugget and Waffles. And she was such a scared baby. She was very skittish. And she was very worried. I need you to understand that poor Mochi, I got her in September. I saw her for the first time in May or June. She turned a year in October. Okay, so let's at least go back. So if she was born in October the year before, it would probably be at least 2 months, 8 weeks before Marshalls would have sent her out, okay? So she probably ended up in a pet store somewhere late December, early January. Somebody somewhere saw her, thought she was really cute, and they adopted her. But Mochi doesn't play like other ferrets because she can't see. And she's a wartie, so things are a little different for her. She doesn't know how to ferret. She doesn't know how to do things, especially since she was on her own. And they might have had another ferret that didn't get along with her. We don't know the situation. But she was surrendered to the shelter in May, which means she was with a family for January, assuming she was like purchased from a pet store right away, but she was a cutie pie, so probably. She was with a family January, February, March, April. She had 4 months with a family before that family decided that they couldn't keep her or she wasn't a good fit, and they gave her to a rescue. And unfortunately, that was not a good situation for her either, because since she can't see and she doesn't understand ferret behavior, at least at that point, she's gotten a lot better. The way the other ferrets would act with her, the way that they would try to play or try to sniff her would upset her, and she did not do well at the rescue. Whenever my friend went there, she said that she would be hiding somewhere and she would be upset by whoever's leaving. And so the fact that when she met Nugget and Waffles, she was curious and she wanted to see them and she wanted to go over and see what they were doing. And Nugget is so good. She is blepping, by the way. Look at that blep. We have been blessed by the mythical blep. Nugget is so good because she went over and would check on Mochi. And then Mochi would hiss because she was scared. And Nugget would walk away and like,
You need me. I'll be over there. If you want to play, come find me.
She did not force Mochi to play with her. She did not pounce Mochi. And Waffles was the same. He looked at Mochi and he was like,
Do you want to play?
and Mochi hissed and was scared. And he goes,
Okay.
and he ran off to play with the little bird, a little chirpy bird. And And she was really curious what he was doing, and she started following him around, and he would leap for the bird, and she would look at him, probably like the little blob that was him to her sight, and she could smell him and knew he was somebody, and she could hear the sound of a bird above her, and this is how we knew she could hear. And she saw him trying to jump up and grab something, so she would try to do the same thing. And my friend had other ferrets, so when they were playing, I put all three of them in the cage together because they had to have different playtimes from my friend's group. And, my friend's like, I wouldn't get my hopes up. Mochi doesn't like to snuggle. She doesn't get along with the other ferrets. She's having a difficult time. She doesn't want to snuggle with any. She was snuggled with them within the first night. She was snuggled with Nugget and Waffles the first night. And it made me so happy. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm teary-eyed again because I'm thinking about it. But poor Mochi didn't have a family. She didn't have any ferrets she could get along with. She didn't have anybody who understood her. And Waffles and Nugget came in and they accepted her. And they've taught her how to ferret really good. God, why do I get emotional? I know this story. I live this story. Yeah. And now she doesn't even feel like, and that's why it's so sad that Goose Bear, when he chomps her, because it gives her little flashbacks and PTSD. So that's why I have to keep them, make sure he doesn't chomp her. Yeah, I'm so glad. They were meant to be a trio. They really were. So much. Yeah, and Nugget is such a good little. She came from being a super spicy baby. She didn't want any friends at that other house that she was in. She didn't want to hang out with any ferrets there. Nugget was a loner. And Nugget, since she's deaf, is a screamer. Or she was. And I'm talking ear-piercing, end of the world, the apocalypse is upon us screaming. Because that is what deaf ferrets do sometimes. And when we first got her here in our home, like if Tara looked at her wrong, she would scream. It was a fun beginning with her. And it wasn't like she was getting bullied. Like literally they would look at her and she would scream. What are you doing? And she didn't know she was screaming. Marshall's is a horrible place. Just be aware of that. If you have options besides Marshall, yes. I would look into rescues in all honesty. You probably will end up with a Marshall's ferret because there's just so many of them. But I would look into rescues, or I'm not gonna lie, I've gotten ferrets off of Craigslist a couple of times. My cat Gus was adopted twice before he came home with me. Now he's the man of our house. Oh. Micah is doing D&D. He's hosting his game tonight. He's almost done, so I'm probably going to go to bed in a minute. But he's hosting his D&D session tonight. The visitors go home tomorrow. Their mom is in the area. She is somewhere in the city that I'm in. I don't know where she is, but she'll be here in the morning to pick up the visitors that have been staying with us. Celis is probably sleeping either in the computer, the hollowed out computer full of blankets, or in the donut house. Those are two of her fun spots. Why can't they stop Marshalls? So from what I understand about Marshalls, and again, anybody feel free to chime in. I'm going based on what I know from talking to people. Marshalls, it is a very heavy topic with ferret owners because they are horrible. They are very horrible. There is no if, ands, or buts about Marshall's Farm being horrible. The treats you see in pet stores made for ferrets, unfortunately, are made mostly by Marshall's. And if you look at the ingredients, they are made to be addictive to ferrets. They're not made to be good for them. They're made so that your ferret wants to eat them, so you want to buy them. A lot of the food has additives that it shouldn't, and a lot of the treats have sugar, which will hook your ferret, but then the ferret will get insulinoma later on, which is a horrible, horrible disease. Celis has it. They might get it either way, but they definitely will get it if they eat a lot of Marshall stuff. I think. I don't know. I say definitely, but I don't actually know. Keep in mind, that's just my very strong opinion. Marshalls, from my understanding, makes the majority of their money by actually supplying ferrets to labs. If you were not aware, ferrets are very highly used in labs. The vaccine that was made, a lot of ferrets were used to get that vaccine. I don't want to think about it. I will cry. I did cry because ferrets are one of the only creatures that can catch a flu from a person, from what I understand. So ferrets were used and are used a lot in laboratories. So when everybody was going about the stuff that was going on with, making a vaccine and stuff like that, again, keep a grain of salt. This is what I have heard and read. So I am not an expert. Remember that. I am telling you what I think is accurate. But if you look into it, ferrets are very strongly related to a mink. Like there's actually, I think, interbred somewhere in the UK, a couple that have like mink in there. There was a whole entire group of minks that were yeah, because of the pandemic. One of them caught it and stuff like that. So the sales of ferrets in the US for pet stores, and this is controversy. If you're in the ferret community, you're about to hear some controversy, and you will probably make a very strong opinion of me one way or another. But it is a very, very hard decision on what you're doing when it comes to getting ferrets. If you realize people ask me where to get ferrets, most of the time I do not say anything, or I will vaguely be like, you should check into a rescue. Not vaguely, but I'll say you should check into a rescue. No ferret owner wants to tell someone to get a ferret from a store. Because if you get a ferret from a store, you are supporting Marshalls. But also, if you do not get the ferret from a store, that ferret could end up going back. I don't know how that works, but it just means that the ferrets will end up in a lab. I don't know if that specific ferret, I don't know how it works, but you get the gist, right? Like they're not making most of their money off of the ferret. They're making the money off of the products that you're going to buy for the ferret. It is a very, I have seen ferret people fight on the internet over where other people have gotten their ferrets. Like there was a lady on TikTok a long time ago who admitted that she went into a store, in a pet store, and she got a ferret because she was like, this ferret was there. It was all alone. I felt so bad for it. And people literally were being so mean to her because they're like, even if that ferret was suffering by you buying it, you're supporting Marshalls. And from what I understand, while it's kind of true, it's also just as true that they're still going to make money off of other thing. It's such a bad situation. It's a very bad situation. So a lot of ferret owners would love to take Marshalls down. They would love to be able to knock Marshalls out of business. But unfortunately, because they supply laboratories, I don't know how it could be done. I have no idea. And like the ferret people will be like I don't even remember. There was something else about ferrets. There was a law that was going to be passed. I don't know what happened to that. Somebody was talking about there was something that was going on with exotics like a year or two ago. I had mentioned it, but the ADHD purged it from my brain, or just my brain is old. But it was something about not being able to transport exotics across state lines. This is a long time. Like I said, this is a year or two ago this was mentioned. And people are like, it's very worrisome, but also big companies like Marshalls, they got money to bribe. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying. How about the Animal Coops Humane Society? I think Humane Societies, Ferret Rescues, Humane Society. Honestly, if you have a rescue in your area, I would seriously look up to that. This is making me tear up. None of the things I'm so sorry, James. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, no, ferrets are exotic. They are 100% exotic. Trust me, I got the vet bill to prove it. Goose's tail cost me like estimated. It was like somewhere between, I want to say around like 900-ish each time, roughly, give or take. And that was after they did it the first time, and then there were complications. Okay, so like to get his tail, the growth removed and then amputated, and then his implant today was about 300. Tara got an implant last month, with his 300. Sal's got an implant the month before that, which was 300. She also got her wellness checkup, which was 60, but I think that's just what they are. And then she also had to get a blood test for her glucose. And Iris, she had a couple of blood tests. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with her, but she was a couple thousand to try to figure that out. Yay!
From level 1.
Yeah, I can't stand that song where it says Santa baby slip a sable under the tree. That's talking about a coat, by the way, if you're wondering. I like to think it's about a sable ferret, but it's apparently about a coat. Oh, I'm glad my ferrets make you happy. Nuggie! Nuggie, are you asleep? She's like, I was. I could go find my babies and put them to bed. Thank you guys for hanging out. I know this went on for a very long time, and I covered a very broad range of stuff, but we got to peek. I got to try out the coloring book. There's a couple things I want to do with it, but there will be new stuff in the shop at the end of the month. Oof, I can't boop her now. Look how comfy she just got. Look how comfy. If I boop her, she'll be sad. It'll wake her up. Look at Vaples. They did trim Goosey's nails, though. Hold on, I want to see Goosey's nails. I just remembered he... Oh, look at how short... I'm so scared of cutting his nails. His thick... Look at how short his little nails are. Goosey! Goosey, your talons are gone. Yes, they took me into the back room. They gave me medicine. I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and I did not have toes anymore. Look at these little... Look at these trimmed toes. Those are professionals. Not like Mama, who's a wuss. Look at these. Oh, Lily, anime Yahoo chat rooms. I'm not even kidding you. Anime Yahoo chat rooms back in the day. You can boop a goose. He won't notice, but Nuggie will wake up and she'll be sad. Look at these nice trimmed toes. Did they do the back toes? Can I see it? I know you're sighing. Look at these pedicured Pete's. Look at these pedicured Pete's. Wow. These are some pedicured Pete's. Oh, Goose. Come here, cutie goose. Or the fat on there too. Come here, cutie goosey. Look at this. Look at these Pete's. Look at these Pete's. They trim them so good. Wow. Wow. These are the best trimmed Pete's I've ever seen. I can't do that. I'm always so scared of hurting him because of his thick paws. Look at this dainty manicure. Look at these dainty manicured Pete's. Wow, you just had claws yesterday and now you've got the cutest little toes. Yeah, they do, right, Peppermint? Look at this. I'm all over the board with anime. It's much like video games. Video games are mostly JRPG. I can tell you that right now. I'm a JRPG person. Look at this Pete. This is Goose. Pete's Supreme. Pete's. Pete's. I like saying it like that. It's so, for anybody who doesn't realize about the ferret's voices, you hear me talking in a very wide range. I can go from this to go to Pete's, like very easily. And I can also talk like this, which is mostly my normal tone. Sometimes I will talk very calmly like this.
And then I'll just break out into this in a Target.
It's very confusing for people.
Are you a voice actor?
No, I'm just a weirdo. My Goose. I mean, Goose just sounds like this. He's just got a lisp. That's all. He's got a lisp. Goosey, can I touch your little nose?
Can I touch your little nose? Can I? I'll touch your little nose. Whoop. Yeah. Can everybody else touch your nose? Okay. Everybody get ready with your phones. I'll put you right here so you can boop his nose. There you go. Get your boops in. Get your boops. Ha boops. Yeah. Oh, goose. Oh, goose. Okay, I'm gonna go sleep. I can go find Mochi and put everybody to bed. So, James, there's a couple problems with that. Number one is I have no soundproof area, and this house is very small. Maybe one day if I move somewhere else, but that probably requires effort and for me to like apply to things. And life is hard. Finding ambition is hard. I like doing this stuff, and I just do it naturally. I just happen to be so lucky that you guys like what I do. You don't know how grateful I am to anybody who watches our stuff or buys our stuff, because I just like making things, like the coloring book, the new cards. I just like making things, and I am very grateful that what I make just happens to be something that people like. Look at this. Look at this goose. Like, oh, do you guys want to see? Hold up. Well, we got Goofy here. Whoop. Oh no. Look at these. The other ones from the Mochi ones are really cute. There's always someone who cares about you, even if it's just Mochi. It's okay if all you did today was survive. There is hope even when your brain tells you there isn't. Practice is a type of magic. Make sure to cast it on yourself. Wusha! The best magic is believing in yourself. Do not give up just because sometimes secret whoopies is secret poison. Because sometimes it is just secret whoopies. These are things that are coming out this week. Alright, I'm going to go put my babies to bed. And then go to sleep. These are my car. Where's your favorite fruit? Can definitely be pizza. That's Nugget. My favorite fruit is pizza. You can't even eat fruit or pizza. Yeah, well, if you're walking in the woods and Shia LaBeouf is following you, run and don't look back. Yay. Okay, have fun, guys. Have a good Pete. Have a good night. Bye. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I need to check something.